So, week one of Shudder September is complete with the Stopmotion directed by Robert Morgan, 94 minutes long from 2024, and 4 stars out of 5 on Shudder fan base meter, which, yeah, I don't know whether that necessarily means much, but it's a cool thing to have on this podcast, is to have a bit more stuff like that. Oh my god, I've got bean juice all around me, fuck. With my new t-shirt, no less, fuck's sake. Yeah, so I saw Stopmotion. It was a movie of 2 halves. Was it good? Yeah, I mean, it was. I think it was good. I don't remember anything onerous about it. I think it's a movie which, it does feel to an extent like a lesser version of something like Censor, which came out around about the same point, and dealt with some similar themes of trauma. And I think that did it better, but also think it's hard to compare them too much beyond surface levels, because this obviously, while dealing with the movie industry, is also dealing with the idea of, well, I suppose Sense deals with what is real too, but this has sort of the theme of the dolls and losing saving your work, which Censor does have to be honest. Okay, so I think basically, I think this is not as good as Censor, but I don't think many things are. But I think this is very good in its own right. It's a movie dealing with trauma from a sort of transient's the wrong word, trauma from a parent perspective. There's a mum in this movie, they're completely not, how? It's such a miserable, it's like, oh no, she's struggling with life. It's like, I don't give you, you can't be an arsehole just because life ain't going your way. Like, there's rules. And I feel like this movie, I think there's moments when it really steps outside. I think violence is particularly winsome, and I think the acting's very good. I mean, I guess the only flaw I find is, and I know some people might have got me in the credits list, I think it feels like a surface level of a movie exploring a sort of way the business discards female creatives. It doesn't really delve into her psyche the way it should. It's very surface level. It does some cool stuff with stop motion aspect, but doesn't do quite as much as it could have done. I think there are parts, especially at the beginning, where they're playing the idea of stop motion, and I think the movie kind of explores that, but also is kind of hesitant to. Maybe it's a budget thing. I also think, fundamentally, the reason this doesn't work as well as Censor is, I think people do understand stop motion, but it's not as well-versed as other parts of movie-making process. And when they talk about, like, we're making movies, like, you're making... I mean, you can make stop-motion movies, but what they're making in this movie doesn't feel like a stop-motion, like, feature-length movie, if that makes sense. Although, I suppose, because they're only in 3 nights. I mean, the like, dolls and the stop-motion figurines, well, I don't know if they're actual figurines, but they're cool. And it's, it's a movie, I think this is something goes back, like, Demonic Toys, which was like a very genre archetypal sort of horror movie, but they invested it with a bit more snap than you'd expect. And I feel like this movie, they get to out ABC. Let's go ABC as in, like, you know, you really get through 3 parts. Like, this feels like it hits A and it hits most of B, but doesn't get C. And I feel like that stops it from being, in my opinion, 4 stars. I'd go for probably 3. It's creepy, it's violent, it's very intense at parts, the acting's fine, the acting's good. It just doesn't feel like it really gets her, really explores her character in a way where I feel like other movies have done that. But I give them props. It's a unique movie, literal props. It's a unique idea for a movie. It almost sticks a landing. It gets a bit ridiculous at the end, and it's not quite sure whether what their metaphor or analogy is trying to be. Normal movies need that, but this one seems like trying to say something. I'm not sure exactly what, and I don't think it's successful with whatever it's trying to do. But it's watchable, and it's different. I mean, Shudder is, you have to give them props for putting something like this on their service, because it is definitely different. And it's almost there. I kind of weirdly, I would be up for a director's, like an extended version, to maybe give a bit more context to some of the characters and characterization. But overall, yeah, it was good. It was not as good as Demonic Toys, but what is? Anyway, I will be back on Monday with a new review, and some point over the weekend, there'll be a combined video of all the episodes from week one. Each week's going to be like a different theme. This one was toys or like puppets or armatures, whatever they're calling this movie. So yeah, that'll be up, and then next week will be a whole new stretch of movies, which I don't actually know what I'm going to do yet, but I will figure it out by the time you have watched it.